morning, students. This is Anjali, Assistant Professor, Department of CAC, AIML, IARE, Hyderabad. Today's our topic is Question Bank on Flavors of Data. We will discuss the question bank on first module, which is Flavors of Data. So we will see question by question. So first question is that what does artificial intelligence have to do with unstructured data? So here you people know that about the unstructured data. Unstructured data will contain all type of data like images, video, audio, text, everything will be available. And but that unstructured data will not be in the structured format, that data will not be in the arranged format. So here first generally uses artificial intelligence to extract and organize the information from unstructured data such as images, documents, audio, video and a text. So here we will use the artificial intelligence for extracting and the organizing information. Which type of information we will use here? Definitely that data will be unstructured format. So that data, whatever data is in unstructured format, we have to first extract and then we have to organize that data. So unstructured data processing actually, it will transform the unstructured data into some actionable data. And why we have to convert this data into the actionable data? For driving your business process automations. So artificial intelligence can be used for minimizing the risk which is available in the encryption techniques like breaches. Some we have to reduce the human error and some we have to detect the potential cybersecurity incidents. Now next one is that why is unstructured text data important in decision making? So unstructured data generally is very useful for the decision making. With the help of the unstructured data, we can determine the customer purchasing trends and the brand perception. So one significant, most important advantage for unstructured data is sentiment analysis. So for example, we can say the company's sales and marketing performance we can keep in the context. Why? For examining the social media, forum discussions and some other media. So always unstructured data will use by the businesses for determining the customers' purchasing trends, some brand perception, and the sentiment analysis is a very big advantage for the unstructured data. Now next one is that how can we change our process and the technology to eliminate or cut across silos of the information? Silos means just we can say that there's some type of the errors. There are different 6 strategies where we can break down our silos, we can avoid our silos and fosters greater than cross-functional collaboration across the entire organization. So first one is that the communicate a unified vision. This is first and very important silos, important process. Then next one, create the shared accountabilities. Next, bring teams together. Get leaders on board. Incorporate collaboration tools. And shift mindsets and behavior with the training. Now, we'll see what is meant by silos. The data silos is just a collection of the data. Collection of data which is held by one of the group and which is not very easy. It will be not very easily accessible by the another group. Now, for example, there are different group like finance, administration, HR, marketing teams, and there are so many other departments also. Every department will do their work. So those different departments generally they will store their own data in separate location. Like we can say that the data or information silos. And so after the structure farmers, we can store the data different type of the grain. So here quantity and the diversity of data assets grow and data silos also grow. Definitely if your quantity of data, diversity of data will grow, then definitely data silos will also grow. So data silos may be very dangerous for our system. Because of that we can lose our data also. But siloed data generally creates the barriers to information sharing and the collaboration across the departments. And due to these some inconsistencies in data, they can overlap across the silos, and data quality also we have to suffer. And when the data is siloed, it's also hard for leaders to get holistic view of the company data. Now, there are different solutions to silos in the form of technological format and organizational format. So there are different things, and centralizing data for data analysis has much faster and easier in the cloud. So first one is that change management. So definitely, if company culture can create data silos, then it's also the key to breaking the data silos down. So communicate the benefit of the sharing and the data integrity, so worker can understand the shift. Also communicate problems with the silos, which problems you are facing, which problems are occurring with the silos. You have to discuss, and you have to discuss again the data quality problems, and you have to stay with the competitive. Then culture change. Culture change is a big undertaking. So management must show the commitment with anything. Next one is that develop a way to centralize data. Here, data management system mostly best way to bust silos is to pull all corporate data into cloud-based system, cloud-based data warehouse or data lake. So here we have to pull our corporate data, and after pulling we can use very easily. We can optimize our data easily. So data from disparate sources, different sources will be harmonized, then consolidated, and we can access very easily for granting to individuals or groups. And these things will be very beneficial for your business. And with the help of this, we can provide the privacy and the security to our business also. Then next one is that they integrate data. Integrating data efficiently and accurately is guaranteed method to preventing future data silos. Obviously, if you are using the integrating method, so at that time it will help to prevent your data. It will help to prevent the future data silos, and data integrate data using one of the several methods which is very useful, like scripting, on-premises ETL tools, then cloud-based ETL. These methods we can use for the integrating. Then next one is that establish governed self-service access. So whenever data is centralized or integrated, you can create, there is an opportunity to centralize your data access and control the data with the framework. So generally there are some data access policies we have to follow. We have to check the self-service analysis also. So business users with permission, they can access your data whatever they need, and without permission you can't allow them to access your data. Then next one is that question, give the examples of both structured and unstructured data. Structured data. The structured data which fits into predefined data model, it has defined data types and rules for processing and accessing those data. Structured data means we can say that our data is in the predefined format, in the arranged format, in the sorted format. So this structured data can be labeled with a database of information, like we can say we can store our data in the form of the Excel, SQL database, data warehouse. Everything we can consider as a structured data, and this type of data is we have to store in the tables. And here it will be show that the relationship between the row and the columns. So this makes it relatively straightforward to analyze or mine for information. And common tool which is SQL, that is structured query language. So being documented or labeled structured data, it's very easy to parse our data, and we can easily extract our information from any resources. So for instance, we can say that you are working on some on customer email campaign, and you may have a lot of information stored about each customer in your customer relationship management system. So everything from phone numbers to invoices and history of the interactions. So now, why this is happening? The data is generally proper. You have mentioned properly, you have maintained properly in ordered format, and it takes little effort to mine exact data you need to complete the task at the hand. So for example, email addresses and first names. So structured data, we can say it is the quantitative data. This means it contains the measurable numerical values such as numbers, dates and time. These are the numerical values. Then again, it will contain some characters and non-numerical data. So there are always, we can store the encoded strings also. So its simple thing is that the data may be text based, and that text is we can represent in the form of numerical format and so on. So then unstructured data. The unstructured data, we can say it's a big data, it's raw data, and that data is not in the arranged format. And actually this unstructured data is vast in the quantity, it's text heavy, and we can store in its native format in what's known as data lakes. So unstructured data require a lot of storage space and is hard to keep the secure. Now, most importantly, it's not stored in relational database. Actually, unstructured data we can't store in the relational database, and it's much harder for the computers to interpret. And unstructured data comes in various formats like images, audio, video, spreadsheets, word processed documents, and to name a few. Then structured versus unstructured data is like a date and a time of an email versus the content of the email. Content of the email is unstructured format, and date and time means it is the structured format. So former is easy to pass, store in database and extract meaning from. So latter can also pass, but making sense, it requires more sophisticated techniques than simply storing in the ordered way. So there is necessary to store your data in the ordered way. So next one is that how can we transform unstructured data into the structured data? So first, there are different steps. You have to follow these steps while transforming unstructured data into the structured data. First, you have to clean the unstructured data. Students, you know what is the unstructured data. So definitely whenever we are talking about the unstructured data, it will store the data. It will contain every type of the data. Every type of data, they like image, documents, some pictures, numbers, all these type of data will be stored. Then say step 2, check to see if it should be kept or deleted. First, you have to check that whether that data is important or not. And if it's important, so we have to keep or not, we have to keep or we have to delete. We have to choose. Then next one is that choose the technology for the data collection and storage based on the company requirements. So here you have to use the technology for data collection, and these things will be totally depends on the company requirements. Next one is that the entity extraction. Then step 5, you have to create the pattern. Then 6th, analyze the data. Then 7th, understand what will be done with the analysis results. Then you have to store the data and implement your project measurement. So here you have to follow these all steps. Now next one is that how do you approach solving any data analytics based project. So there are different 7 processes for data analytics initiatives. So we will get the most out of each project. It will reduce the errors. Suppose XYZ Enterprise is company that sells home appliances. So this summer they didn't sell as many air conditioner as their sales team predicted. But now what happened? Assigning a dedicated person, they decided to investigate why drop in sales is happening. So let's find out how this analysis will go. First one, recognize the industry. Definitely, we have to recognize the industry. We have to understand the company or activity of your data project support. So first step, we can say that we have to understand the company and the activity related to your project. Then for your project to be successful, you have to satisfy a reasonable and specific organizational goal. And then you have to decline in sales of air conditioners this summer. Then next one, obtain your information. First you have to need obtain your information. So it's time to, you have to search about your data, which is second part, which is first part of your project. You have to decide. So you have to develop first fantastic data project. So it will be very easy to gather information from various sources. Then next one is that examine and remove improper data. So here next step is that data preparation consumes so much data related to your data project. So third step of your data will be begins after you have obtained your data. So here first diving deep, data analyst will determine what they have and how you might use it to attain their initial aim. Next is cleaning the data. So now we need to clean the data. Analyst is required to correct your misspelled words. You have to create the customer variables, or you have to handle your missing data. Then next one, data set and enhancement. Now that the data is clean, now it's time to change. So the analyst can get most out of it. So here you have to begin the enrichment part of the project by combining the various sources, and here you have to log to get the essential parts of the data. Now one way to do this is that adding a time component to your data, like you can say getting parts of date, month, hour, day of the week of the year, when an air conditioner was sold. Then you have to find out the difference between two columns of the date. What is the duration when an air conditioner was sold, and then returned for maintenance. Then again flagging national holidays, days when the store was closed, or the salesperson had the day off. So everything, every condition you have to check with the dataset enhancement. Now create the insightful visuals. Here the margin or mentioned earlier produce extraordinary data set. You have to explore and generate some graphs related to your project. And visualization is a very easy process, and it's very important process for accessing a data. So visualization means when we will use the for enormous amount of data we can use. And challenging aspect is being like able to dive into your graphs and answer any queries regarding an insight. So graphs may enhance the data and provide the fascinating features. So placing all data on map may reveal that some geographical zones and more informative than nations and cities. Now predictiveness is the key to success. This is the sixth phase. And here you have to use your machine learning algorithm and some clustering methods. So analysts can design your models for detecting some patterns. That is very important to detect your pattern. And according to the customer requirement, you have to go. This form of customer generally occur similar occurrences, and they will indicate what factor is important. Now next, in a nutshell, repeat the process. Now after establishing, you have to justify its position. Data initiatives are very similar. So here we have to finish quickly and get results by saving the time on data cleansing and enrichment. Now next question is that people who bought this also bought. Recommendations seen on Amazon are result of which algorithm? Now generally nowadays we are using Amazon as an e-commerce site. There are so many items we are using that Amazon on regularly basis. So generally the Amazon uses item based filtering, and they are producing the high quality recommendations nowadays. So this algorithm makes that user's homepage unique and based on their interest, previous and purchase history. The first one is popular. Popular recommendation algorithm is very useful. It serves up those products that are, you guessed it, most popular. So these products are best seller across the brand's entire inventory and don't take any individual customer's personal taste. So data into consideration here, nor where they may be along the customer's journey. Now, because popular recommendation don't require any knowledge, they just need of uh, need of the customers. So many customers we need. Then trending. That population customer trending algorithm we can use. Then trending algorithm can focus on generally brands based sellers. Then next one is that how we can use that. That trending recommendation generally popular during the holiday season when many consumers are looking for what's new and hot. So next one is the contextual. Contextual recommendation. It is like collaborative filtering. So other, or we can say that those who bought this also bought that. So these recommendation algorithm need single data set. Like you can say URL customer is viewing, and from there the leverage the larger site history to make recommendations. And how we will can use the contextual recommendation generally serve similar and complementary products, and mostly they are frequently on the product pages. Then browsing history. Browsing history also is very important. Collaborative filtering is to suggest the items, compel customers with similar histories to buy, and great product discovery. These recommendations can be used with the customers for generating a few two-page views. So, knowing the customer view is all you need to deploy a strong browse abandonment email. Then purchase history. So, purchase history is require marketers to know a bit more about their customers. The market will keep the information about their customers, what they are what they have need, what they are buying, and for what they are looking. So since people browse ton of the products, but they will not buy, they will purchase history leverages a far stronger signal and ultimately making it high quality recommendation. So with the which jacket goes best with the shirt your customer just bought. So these recommendations were tailor made for the post purchase series. Next, interest based. So interest recommendation algorithm record every page they visit, registering interest tags associated with that the content to an individual user profile. So generally here algorithm will match the items with customers interest tags which are updated in real time. By using the real time we can update our pages, and interest based algorithm generally perfect fit for personalized landing pages. Next, predictive. Here we can predict our we can predict the customer's knowledge. So predictive analytics allow marketers to understand the customer's requirement, what they want and what they want to buy. So these recommendation algorithms synthesize the variety of the signals. Sometimes they will include that how long customers action typically take, making them among the most powerful of all. Predictive algorithm incorporate numerous variables including when customer is predicted to buy, so they are great addition to win back messaging. Now custom recommendation algorithms. Now maybe you want to recommend a product based on a use case that was not outlined above. So definitely custom recommendation mostly will use the combination of any of them. So any other algorithm your brand may have built already. Now next question is that you are given a dataset consisting of variables with more than 30% missing values. How will you deal with them? First, you have to set the data. If the dataset is large, then we can just simply remove the rows and we can keep the data instead of the missing values. And it is the quickest way to use the rest of the data to predict the values. Then next, for smaller data set, if we can substitute the missing values with the mean or average of the rest of the data, like you can use the pandas data frame in Python, and there are different ways to do such as like a df.mean, df.fill any mean. Then next one, They discuss the four levels of data and explain the each example. First, nominal data. There are four levels of data. First one, nominal data. Nominal data generally divides your variable into mutually exclusive and labeled data categories. So, nominal data, name is suggesting, nominal data is suggesting it will show like a name, string, for example, eye color, smartphone, transport. So, we can denote that data in the form of the name. So, example, eye color like blue, brown, green, nationality, German, Cameroonian, Lebanese, then personality type, introvert, extrovert, ambivert, then employment status, political party voted for the last election. So these are the example of the nominal data. Then ordinal data. Ordinal data classifies the variable into categories which have some natural order or some ranks. So there are some example: school grades, education level, seniority level, and this it will contain the descriptive statistic like frequency, distribution, mode, median, and the range. And non-parametric, it is statistical test. Examples of academic grades like A, B, C, and so on. Happiness on the scale of the 1 to 10. That means it will show the scale 1 to 10. Satisfaction, income, that is high, medium, low, or that level of education, total completed high school, bachelor degree, master's degree, seniority level at work, junior, mid-level, and the senior. Then interval data. Interval data is measured along a numerical scale that has equal interval between the adjustment values, and it will contain the example of, it will contain some descriptive statistic and the parametric statistic. Descriptive statistic containing frequency, distribution, mode, median, mean, range, standard deviation and the variance, and parametric t-test linear regression. Example, temperature in degrees, like we can say Fahrenheit or Celsius, then IQ score, income categories that will show the ranges. Then ratio data. Ratio data generally measured along with numerical scale that will contain the equal distances between the adjustment values and a true zero. So, for example, weight in kg, number of staffs, income in USD. The descriptive statistic, it will contain frequency, distribution, mode, median, mean, range, standard deviation, and coefficient of the variation. And parametric statistic, ANOVA test, linear regression. Examples are weight in the grams, number of employees at company. Definitely that ratio data will contain the continuous data and the discrete data also. Speed in miles per hour, length in centimeters, age in the years, income in dollars, and the sales made in 1 month. Now there are what is the difference between data analytics and the data science? We have described the data on the basis of skill set, scope, exploration, and the goals. Skill set. Data science, it is containing data modeling, predictive analytics, advanced statistics, and the engineering programming. And the data analytics contain BI tools, then intermediate statistics, solid programming skills, and a regular expression. Then scope, macro, and data analytics, micro. Exploration, it's containing search engine exploration, machine learning, intelligence, big data, often unstructured. And data analytics, data visualization technique, designing principles. Then big data, mostly structured. And the goals, discover new questions to drive and innovation. And data analytics goal, they use existing information to uncover and actionable data. Now next one is that explain about the exploring and the managing data. First step of the data analysis is to explore, and then you have to visualize your data for uncovering the insights from start areas to patterns to dig into the more. So we will see how to explore our work. Data without question. If you are not asking any question, so that means it's a simply information. And if you're asking one of the questions, so definitely you have to answer it. Data with right question and the exploration can provide you deeper understanding how things will work and how you are able to predict the abilities. So we can use the R and Python more languages for exploration. So former work based on statistical learning, while latter claims itself do work on the machine learning. Coding is just it's not necessary for data exploration through no code platform. So exploration process totally it will increase the increase working of the geographic information system so much. So this is all about the discussion on the question bank of the flavors of data. These are the references. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.